would help if I had the sound on, wouldn't it? So, hiya, Bri, darling. But yes, I was going to stream on Tuesday, but I'd said to Rob all day that I felt a bit out of it. And then I actually realised after, I said to him, I've got a migraine, coming to tablets, and luckily it didn't actually hit as bad as I thought it was going to. But if I'd have streamed, I wasn't in the right mind for doing drawing, so... But thank you, darling. So it is unplanned. I don't know how many is going to join us tonight. But at the end of the day, I'm drawing anyway, so I may as well put it on. So I am going to sort out the TikTok in a minute as well. It's getting a lot darker now. You've gone back over it. So yeah, that was the plan with it. Was the let's see if I can zoom this out a bit. Oh no, it is. Oh yeah, I usually zoom in, don't I? So that was the whole plan. I know, like Mav had said about maybe, oh, it's fine as it is, but because it's my first black and white, I was like, I'm not mucking around. I'm not messing around with trying to create it myself, because I'm not there yet, basically. I think so. And Victor and Richard, good evening, guys. I hope you're keeping okay. Sorry, this is last minute. It's only tonight that I said to Rob, oh, maybe I should do some. So, I don't know why the angle's off, though. Go on, point out. Point out, Bri. You know me, I'm not going to get funny over it or anything, so point out what you want to say. Let's see if I can get that. I don't know why the angle looks different today. Weird. So it's making it look a bit weird because the angle's different. Because that's away, weirdly. And then as soon as I bring it in, the angle looks different. But yes, please do point out, Brian, you know me. Obviously, I have gone on the Razer microphone, so hopefully we should have no interference with the noise either. Oh, pardon me. The step in between the two front wheels need a bit of depth. Oh, this bit. No, I do know. Don't worry about that. Is the paper not scrubbed to the camera? No, so that's why it's looking a bit funny. For some reason, I can't get the camera set as usual tonight. But yeah, that's it set up. That's it straight. So it does look at shape. It's just because we're looking at it close up that it looks a bit funny. So this tripod doesn't go as high. But obviously it's a cracking tripod for, let's see, it could help that that wasn't straightened to begin with. So, but yeah, don't worry, I know I've got, so what I was doing was working my way back to this, because if you notice the blacks as well were not as dark yet as here. No, I appreciate you saying, Bri, because it's that second pair of eyes, isn't it? And if it was something that I didn't. So if you look at the actual, is it going to show it? The actual image itself, it is a bit lighter. But yeah, I've got to go 10 times more into that. It's still very vague at the minute, but I don't know, something's bugging me with it at the moment. It, to me, like I said, the problem is I'm going off a drawing of it. And I think that's one bit I am going to edit and just add in my rails and do really dark underneath. because I think the artists themselves, it's always bugged me as well. It doesn't make sense to that unless that's part of the bogies at the front. I imagine they're not single wheels, are they? Are they part of a unit? But so you guys know more than me with that. How is the sound as well tonight? Are you guys impressed as well? I did this without Rob. And I've made sure since that first day. I've got my pencils out. Let's get me a bit protected. Do it too fast, it moves. No, I did it. There we go. It's a very flat part anyway, and the only depth is to the actual step that sticks out. Ah, okay. Like I said, I'm going off the drawing, so that's my hardest part. Is I was just half tempted to kind of like black it in. But David, very good evening. Yes, it's known as the pony wheel, so yeah. All is fine, Grace. You can do without Rob now. Ooh. I ain't saying anything. So yes, I'm obviously not face to the camera this evening. I've not washed my hair or anything, so you don't have to put up with my face this evening. This is going to be a pain, isn't it? Because I don't want it to. So I am just going to get the TikTok sorted as well, and then we can continue with it. Like I said, it's such a pain. I can't multi-stream. It's TikTok themselves. Apparently very choosy who they let have that key, so unlike YouTube that is open and honest on what you need to achieve these things, it turns out with TikTok there's an extra, they want you to have like 5,000 followers, so that ain't gonna happen anytime soon. So just bear with me guys while I sort out the TikTok. It's probably not gonna get anyone again, but I want to go live. There we go. No, I did have it the right way actually. That's why. No, I don't want that. Oh, I'm not doing well here, guys. Oh, and I'm hitting you. Not the plan. Let's see if I can get this a bit higher and then cut down my try that. Oh, I love technical hitches, not. And I don't want the TV on standby either. Rob's actually upstairs at the minute, David. He's having a chill out with the dog upstairs, so because we still have Morgan, so let's see if this go live on TikTok as well. Oh, Grace, it's not a set of steps. I sent a picture of the actual logo. I hope that makes it more clear to draw. Well, what I will do then, Brian, is I will take a quick look, because obviously the phone is now in use with the TikTok. Like I said, that's the only wish they'd give me my stream key, because then it would both be on here. So I just need to get this set up and up so I can see if there are any comments on there, because obviously I'd hate to miss any comments, but then I will take a look at that as well. So thank you, buddy. I've just got to set it to where the comments will be. If it wants to play ball, which it clearly doesn't, because I actually want to see comments, not the stream. So just bear with me. Technical hitches. So I will take a look at that in a second, Bri, if I can get it up. I can't remember how I did this last time to get it. I think I did it like that. So there we go. I've got the comments up there. And then I'll take a quick look at that. Where have you sent it, Brian? Because I will I'll take a look at that before I crack on, because that might give me a chance to actually get the right thing with this, because that's obviously what I want to make sure is important with that. It's like I said, that's the only mistake I made, was going off a drawing. So live and learn, like. But hey, it's my first actual drawing of a train, so you know, Stephen has been very supportive with it. So it's just a case of yeah, if I can see where you've sent it, and then I'll take a look at that, because like I said, it's so important to get these references right, especially pets. If you get it maybe a little bit in the wrong place, you can kind of get away with it, but not really with something like that. You know, it's bad enough in the model railways, isn't it, with people being exact, that you get it wrong on the drawing and it will be quite obvious. And hello to anyone on TikTok as well. So I am multi-streaming. So if you are watching on TikTok, please do say hello, because I have got those comments up as well. I've got both of them up, so. I'm just got to wait for Merton just to catch up on my iPad, Bri. Oh, yes, I see what you mean. So it is part of it. I've just got to go a lot darker with that then. I think what they've done is actually do it a little bit too short, so that's probably why it looks odd. Like I say, this is things because I'm going off a drawing, that's probably why it does look a bit odd then. But like I said, I'll live and learn. I think next time, if I do a trace, it'll be off an actual photo. I think my problem was because of my inexperience. But yeah, because of my inexperience with it, that's why I went off a drawing of it. But also with this loco itself, because she's not really around, I was finding it very hard to get pictures of her actually running, and that was my issue. Trying to actually show was so difficult to find that's where part of my problem was. Let an air gap at the bottom. I'm now looking at the wrong thing. So, but yeah, it's definitely something that going forward I will do differently, but it's all been a learning curve. You know, that's why I was a bit nervous when Stephen asked me to do this anyway, but you know, I have enjoyed the process. It's definitely been a challenge. Share the live. Okay, my TikTok's doing things I don't even know about. So we are quite dark here. But I did off the live have a bit more go at this, and I think this is starting to show shape as well. Or black, like in between the drive rails. That's what I was half thinking to save it. To be honest, I was thinking of just getting the line down there and then just blanking it like here, to be honest. That was my other idea. Well, like I said, live and learn, but it's even the same with the pet portraits. As I've gone on, I can see the improvement myself in them as I've done them. It's funny how you notice that, and you know, I do things slightly differently, what works better for me. Although I might actually need to slightly move the cameras a bit tonight, because I'm going to be going up the front there in a minute. So we'll see how that goes. I'm just going to shout on the TikTok side of things. What's that? Worked out. Just bear with me, guys. Just going off a chat for 10 minutes, sorting her out and letting the dog in the garden. No worries, Richard. We know what that's like with Morgan at the moment. And he's got to go, he's got to go. noticed a lot of mistakes in the original picture, but you copied it perfectly. Yeah, there is certain things that I've also tried to kind of fix myself, bits that I wasn't happy with. It was only after I did the trace that I realised, really, as I've started it, I think I was so nervous at the start that I didn't really take those things to notice, really. It's only as I've started doing it that I've gone, that's not right, and I've not been happy with it. It's like this wheel here, there's something that bugs me off here as well. I just can't quite put my finger on it. But Stephen is happy with this, so it's just, like I said, a lesson learnt for next time that I will take on board, and hopefully the next one will be something that you see more often. But what, Bri? I'm going to shut up and enjoy watching you draw. Oh, don't, Bri, you know I don't mind. Well, as I said, it is things that has bugged me as well. But like I said, I think I was so nervous at the start with my, you know, I wasn't sure of my own ability. That obviously as it's gone on, what we've done there, it's rounded, isn't it? But yeah, it's like question of my own ability that I didn't feel like I could kind of go away from it, if that makes sense. What are we doing here? I wanted. Yeah, I'm happy how I've worked on that the last few days. It's just this little bit left to do. It's kind of an odd one though, because again the colouring isn't really there. So I'm kind of having to fill it in myself. And Salvage Savvy, thank you for the likes over on TikTok. Very good evening to you. So I am multi-streaming on YouTube and TikTok, so I've got the comments up on both. So feel free to say hello. And a new follower, thank you very much. Afumani, is that how I pronounce it? I'm not sure. What's done there a bit too dark. I really do love this. It's so handy for bringing those lighters back in, even though I've already done it at 6B. It's great at me being able to bring that back into it when I need to. I would say these wheels are starting to come near to a similar colour I want now. It's working on these front ones. So what I'm going to do is a slight move now, because I need it comfortable for me, so I'm just going to move the cameras slightly so you guys can still see. Working on this bit now. Now, so because I haven't bought this up, I am going to start the 2B with this one. I haven't actually done any kind of build up on it. It's like this wheel here is going to need to slightly be adjusted. Just couldn't get the lines right here. This is the line we're going to follow. No timber or nab. I know it wasn't planned, but Richard, you're back now, buddy. Yes, if you guys don't mind hitting that like button over on YouTube, please. And then TikToks as well, guys, if you don't mind hitting the likes, please. I know on TikTok especially, it's kind of a hitting of the likes that really makes a difference during the lives. So if those watching it on TikTok can hit that heart button, please, guys. Because that does make the difference. Oh, and the night, Trevor. Not Trevor, sorry, Victor, and hello, Trevorville. Definitely this needs sorting out because it's very basic in the picture, so I think I'm going to have to kind of sort it myself. But thank you for tuning in, Victor, darling. So I'm actually going to go back to my HB for a minute just while I sort this out. I'm going to get it nice and sharp and that's sharp enough. Very fine line here. Right, now we're giving this a sharpen, got a nice fine edge. Oh, and guys that know Alan over on YouTube, next time he says he's not a good artist, he's lying, he's telling fibs. He's a pretty amazing artist. Right, I just kind of feel with this drawing, the person who done it has got a little bit lazy. The way the details are lost in some of these, I've done all these details here. I'm just then not bothered to do this one as if it doesn't matter, and it's quite a shame really. So this is quite a prominent line throughout. This needs to actually be bigger. That's what I've done wrong here. It actually goes slightly lower. I wonder if that picture you sent me the wheels are any better. Let's see about that, Brian. I think I might take your... So it's literally a circle in the middle with spokes. So yeah, that's way too high, isn't it? It's literally just spokes. So I think they've not done bad with this. but I think I might do a little bit there because I have no idea what they've done. I get it's underneath. Good evening, Alan darling. Hope you're keeping okay. Have you got your paper? I think the thing you need to remember, Grace, is being overcritical is useful because no one's going to view us. Yeah, I think that's part of the problem is I do look too close. But even from a distance away, it's bugging me on the picture. Yeah. I suppose this is the problem is I am drawing it very close up, which you guys are seeing that as well. Yes, paper arriving's very smooth. I also got a charcoal pencil too. I've been looking at art projectors too. Oh, nice one, Al. Am I going to have to look at you against competition at some point? Is that what this is, eh? You're going to be my friendly competition. That looks so much. Thanks, Bri. It was bugging me. It was. I get Rob is totally right that obviously close up you're not going to see the detail as much. It was just bugging me. It was like further away, you know, you've got such good detail there that you then do that. And to me, it didn't look right. I think it would be something that would bug me, and you know, if I didn't know what I know about trains now, then it might not have, but door. Question. There. Are you proud of me how I managed to set this all up on my own?
No, I'm amazed.
Big girl.
You ever get delusions of grandeur?
Yeah, exactly. Don't need you. Well, I'm going to dog Richard in. He actually said, well, I don't need you anymore because
I saw
it
it
by myself.
I saw it. It's all right. Ban Richard from the channel.
You'll never be banned from mine, Richard. Don't worry.
I do all the social media on RGJ. Right-click hide user from channel.
You'll still be allowed to crew though. I'll just make sure it's Rob that's banned.
And how are you getting to crew?
Oh, I'll only tell you once we get there. Then you'll get to the door and sorry mate, you can't go in.
That's fine. How are you getting back?
I'm sure someone will give me a lift back.
Let's have a look with Richard's name. Where is he? Should we put Richard in timeout?
No, don't you dare. Oh, Sugar didn't message you. Sorry either.
Oh, I'll send it.
Sorry, it's because it's last. Hello, Rob. Hee hee.
I can actually read, you know.
I didn't know if you were looking.
I did that from a young age.
Could you now?
And my command of the Queen's English is far better than yours.
Yeah, tonight it definitely is. What was the word I was saying on Donegal Dads? It really didn't go well. I was trying to type something about 3 times until I got it right. Oh, Simon trained. We're going to miss this year.
Yes, I know he's going Sunday.
Oh, you saw those comments as well. Is there anything you haven't seen?
I know everything.
Yes, we spoke about this. That's being sorted out now as I move along.
It looks like it's got a bulge in the tyre.
Yes. You know about this? Did not. No. That was reaction. Brian, on a different note, Brian says hello.
I read that too.
Oh, for God's sake, well, reply then. Oh dear.
Alexa, turn on the train light.
Yeah, I'm a bit happier with this now. I'm still not 100%, but like Rob said, you're not necessarily going to see it further away, so I think I've just... Oh dear. Has he got cardboard that he can have?
I don't know why.
I think he just picks up some.
What have you got, Mogs? No, there's a piece of cardboard. No, that cardboard he can have.
No, I was just checking. I don't know. So, guys, Morgan has a thing of cardboard. You tried saying night. That was it. It just wasn't going well, and even Mark picked up on it. You're right there, Grace. Yeah, Morgan likes cardboard, as you'll be able to hear in a minute. Thank you, Richard, darling. I had to sort it out. Like I said, it wasn't looking right, and it really would have bugged me. Still not 100%, but better than it was. So I can bring that one to 4 now. I think it is the same. Keep Morgan away from your Metcalf kids. Oh, geez, yeah. Can't have him near there. To be honest, I can't even remember the last time I did a Metcalf. I'll be honest with you. Do you remember last time I did one?
Nope.
No, I've not a chance this year. Oh, that's not quite a year, but feels like it. Just need them. Just bear with, guys. I've got to wait to the pencil sharpener if I can get it open.
And that fibre more than Martin's is so much better.
Yeah. Sneak peek, guys. Oh, hi, David. Sorry. On Sunday, Black 5 Loco, number 44871, leaving Bristol Town Mead at 8 AM for Pembrokeshire. Oh, nice. Are you gonna go and catch it? I think this blade needs to sharpen. It's not sharpening my pencils like it should.
I think that was the one that was in Crewe.
Yes, I think so. The number rings a bell, doesn't it? Bear with, guys. I'm just having a look at my sharpener. I think it's not on its way out, but it might need a sharpen. I don't have transport to get Tunnel Junction. Oh, shame. Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, so it's one, well, you've seen.
I'm half tempted to see if I can get a transfer for that Black 5 and get it that number.
You're not working for me. Go on then, can you jump up from there? There we go. Good boy. Somebody wants cuddles. Let's see what I've done here, because this looks a bit odd now. Done something not right to that wheel. Standard fare 129 Premier. Jesus. Oh, you're going to see her again as well, Richard.
It was the one Richard told us about. It was Richard that told us about it, Greg.
Oh, okay. No, it's David that's mentioned it tonight. And
Okay.
let's see if I can sort this, because something is not right here. Again, like the drawing, it goes off at an angle. It's how's that look, guys? I think I've managed to save it. Yeah, I think we managed to save that. Yeah, I've got to get to that one now. It's got to change the Black 5 is clocking some mileage, as I see her in Dover earlier this year. How does the mileage work on a train, I wonder? That better? I know you were. There we go. That back side of that wheel was a little thick, methinks. The one I've just sorted, Alan, darling. Because that's like I was saying to Brian, it's the one thing I've learned from doing this. The next time, don't go off a drawing if I can help it, or get some pictures to at least try and fix it, because that's what I've done here roughly tonight, is try and what was there. Oh, I think that needs to come in a touch more as well. One of these days I'll be happy, but somebody's got the cuddles tonight, doesn't he? And it's the dog I'm talking about, by the way, guys. I think it looks great. Yes, you may be adding the artist's faults, as you said. Yeah, this is... Well, I'll send you the reference photo, Al, because I know you'll get it. But like I said, it's as I'm going through it that I've noticed these things. But
Come. Come.
Go on, Dan. Rob. I'm just going to take a break for a minute, as I do. If you know, you know. But yeah, so this is where I'm getting to it now, so I'm going to fully bring that to 4B, I think. And then I'm going to try and sort it out as well. And see if I can get this. It's not perfect, but I think Rob is right. And like I said, Stephen is happy with it. Just hopefully, if I decide to be brave enough and do another loco at some point, I do want to get another pet underway. But you know, I definitely think I've learned some things. I've enjoyed the challenge most of the time. So, but, you know, we've got to start from somewhere. There's trends more on TikToks and YouTube, but a lot of artists, and you see their work when they started compared to now, and this is basically the same for me now with this. You know, I'm technically right at the beginning again when it comes to trains, because it's something I've never done before. And yes, a flamethrower, Richard. You guys know. Like I said, you guys know you're not stupid, but
Rob?
he's upstairs.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. Alexa, drop out. So for those on TikTok, that's Rob's mum. Those on my YouTube mainly know mum. So, Al, yes, Stephen has given me permission to make prints out. This is something I did question, and I have another artist friend he's an amazing animal artist, he really is. A friend of mine who's already given me some advice when it comes to creating this as a print. Obviously I've got a long way to go yet, But you know, we're quite lucky. We have the cameras for it. We have the software to edit it, and then it's just sourcing a reliable printer for it. I might even ask my friend who he goes with. But I have been given permission to do prints. So the next question will be is, how many prints? Do I limit it, or do I do it as a full run with it being my first? It is, but I have been given permission to create it into prints. And the great thing with that now is you can even do things like add it onto notebooks. There's so many things you can do now. You can put it onto a cushion if you wanted. So there is scope that prints will be available, but obviously I think we're a little way off from that. But yeah, when I've done it, I know it is Bri, but it's my only one. So it actually surprised me how many in the hobby do as well, so I don't feel that bad. Darken this up a bit now. Otherwise it's pointless sorting it out to then not darken the rest of it up. Take the originals to printers and print them as required. Yes, you're right. So yeah, yeah, this is what I mean. I might go off my friend's recommendation for a decent printers, because you know he sells quite a few prints. So at this point I will be turning to those I know that are doing this and doing prints when it comes to that. So, and Brian Nunite, darling, thank you so much for tuning in, sweetheart. I don't know how much longer I'm going to go on, but I am sticking around for a little while longer. Obviously I do usually start earlier, but I wasn't going to encroach on Donegal Dad's. A lot better now I've added the contrast into it. And Snowy, hi sweetheart, I'm sorry I didn't send you a message, it's a last minute thing. Oh, you're doing the same as me, Richard? I really didn't have our best of luck tonight either. Right, so let's sort out this. This is going a lot darker. On phone, so that does not help. No worries, Richard. Not a problem, darling. detail with this will. If I go any further. That's where part of the problem was. No, I think I'm half tempted, guys, here just to blank it because it's a bit bizarre, this going off a drawing. What it is it's actually a lot shorter than it should be. So I know it should have a plate, but for me it just doesn't look right. Let's at least try and get this wall done, and then maybe leave a middle bit and remove the top and bottom. That's what I'm... It does look odd. So Brian has sent me the actual image and it's a lot longer, or should have been a lot longer, and that's why it looks odd. So what I'm thinking of doing is just blanking it off, having the line showing and maybe the bottom line behind, and then just darkening it about here, you know, in line with the train or the shadow. I'm just not sure what is making me sleepy. You'll see a couple of gin and tonics I've just had. Does that mean you're near heading off, Trevor darling? It's a slight move again, guys, so I can get to this wheel, and then I will adjust it for you. Oh, okay, I've just realised on TikTok I can zoom in. That's handy to know. Learn something new every day. So this one isn't as bad. I just feel very relaxed. Good. That's what I think you guys have liked, is the difference. I know it's not our usual quite mad and how it can get, but sometimes that's not a bad thing. It does help calm me sometimes down as well. A bit of drawing if I'm a bit stressed or something. Come on and draw, and it can bring me a bit, you know, it can bring me down again back to earth. Again, it's like, this is a problem with the indents. You can see where the original lines were. The wheels just look way too thin for what they should have been. Keep dropping the blending stuff. Right, so let's sort this out. Let's do a bit of work on here. See what I can sort, because like I said, it's just a bit off for shadowing, and like this here to me doesn't actually really make sense. Put some money going in with the 2B at the moment, just to try and get that sorted. No, we don't want 4B on that either. That needs to come down, I think. Let's start again. Do what we did before. Let's start this again. Ooh, I'll throw my pencils everywhere. Louise! Hi darling, how are you doing, sweetheart? Obviously I've not been able to catch any of your lives. I've either been at work or live streaming at the same time. I am live on YouTube now as well. Something right there. This one is also too thick. I'm good, thanks, darling. I wasn't live Tuesday because I have starts of a migraine. Luckily managed to keep it from getting any worse than it did, but I just thought I wasn't in the best position to go live, so, but thank you. Wheels are a hard to draw, especially with spokes looking good. Thank you, Al. Like I said, I think next time if I do this myself, it'll be better. It's, I suppose, trying to work with what I've got here without losing it as well. That's the other issue, is trying not to lose the drawing that I can't avoid, really. Like I said, next time. Well, if I'm mad enough to do it next time, I think. That there, and thank you for the likes, darling. Sharpen, that's right. Simone, Louise put me in it, and I see an amazing drawing. Thank you very much, Simone. So I am streaming TikTok and YouTube at the same time. So if you see comments or hear me reading out, it's because I'm multi-streaming on both platforms. But thank you for coming in. I'm trying to get the angle right on TikTok, but because I've got the two cameras, because it won't let me multi-stream at the moment. Ultimately, one has had to sacrifice for now. But this is my first train drawing. This is actually my first commission as well. So I throw myself in the deep end or what? I'm just trying to sort out from the reference. drawing with graphite pencil. Ah, yeah, it's definitely a skill. So I'm actually using a Mars Lumograph Blacks. That's my favourite graphite because they have a slight, what's the word I'm looking for? They've got slight charcoal in them. So it actually helps prevent a bit of the shine. You still get some, but nowhere near as bad. I'm just winging it as I always do. And thank you for the follow, Simone. Well, I think, guys, these are looking a lot better when they were. Grab some Google images of the coronation Scott for your eyes on detail. So yeah, I was saying to Brian before you came in, Alan, the problem with this tonight is obviously because I've gone off for drawing now and I'm so far in. It's like this here is actually the two joining my wheels up, but I can't do anything now to fix it. And I know, like Rob said, you know, some of this you are seeing closer up, and then it's the actual drawing that. So those on TikTok as well, if you head to the YouTube, you do get a slightly closer view. But so obviously, what you might be seeing now, you're not going to see as, but it's quite obvious, unfortunately. So I am actually debating going away from realistic just for this small bit, and just continuing that shadow black and then doing me underneath with the lines, unfortunately, which is half what I think they did, because there's a line here and that's the line for the rail. So I have no idea when this person draw it, but I'm not gonna knock another artist at the end of the day. It's, you know, maybe I look at the details so much more now because of the model railways. But it's definitely something I've taken note for future. And Simone over on TikTok, I'm using Faber-Castell Pit Matte. Oh, okay. So I actually got into these when I got back into drawing. Looked into it and it said that these were pretty good ones, so kind of the ones I stuck with. But I will try others, and colour is the next one I want to try as well. Yeah, definitely, Alan. I think I will be like coming to you and that when it comes to if I do another one. But Brian sent me a shot tonight of this, and that's where I was like, yeah, it's not right. But unfortunately, it's the only way I can think of fixing it is just by blacking it out. And unfortunately taking it as note for the next generation of this kind of thing. Like the wheel spokes, it's the artist didn't do them really. I still think that needs to go a bit darker to match up with the others. know we've not seen Stephen on here. Don't forget the top right spokes. So I wasn't sure, because I didn't really do them up here, of just keeping it darker as in shadowing. But this is a problem with me not really knowing. I think I might have to just spoke it, and like I said, I know Stephen's happy with the progress, it's just not possibly my progress. I might do something similar to what I've done there in a crater. There we go, try and do something like that, because it wasn't even the middle of a wheel either like it should be, so again, that is what I adore with this pencil. I can actually do this in without having to erase and start again. Simone on TikTok, I can't imagine how long you've been drawing on this piece. It would take me ages. So yeah, I've started this months ago, but because life, so I actually run a YouTube channel with my partner as well with trains, and this is how this came to be, Simone. So that's a bit of a background on it. It was one of our subscribers that asked me for this commission, despite me never doing trains before. They put their trust in me. So that life, it was quite delayed for a while, and even this week, this is the first day really that I've had a chance to draw it. So it's like that there. I think it's too much. Bring it in, I think. Something doesn't look right there. Oh, I'm missing. I think this is too thin. Looks better. Thank you, Richard. Like I said, it's trying to kind of deal with what I've got and improve it at the same time, while obviously not having the best skill with it. And obviously that wheel was my contention. So those on TikTok will probably see it at its fuller pitch now with the wheels. But over on YouTube, I'm gonna just zoom out the camera for you guys as well. I see Gary. Oh dear, is this another trouble you're joining into my live, Lou? So let me see for the YouTube lot. I'm just gonna bring it out just so you can, no, don't deactivate. Just so you can see how it's looking now compared. No, didn't mean to do that. See, it's all going wrong now, Robin here. So if I zoom out, but if I bring it back, there we go, that probably gives you guys a, obviously you've got the shine from the camera. Yes, well, bring more trouble, you know me. So obviously it is really starting to show, but this is the contention, and I'm honestly just debating to blank it out because it's so dark at the front here anyway, and this side is still quite dark. It looks odd on the picture, so I am really debating, unfortunately, losing that metal work that joins those two wheels together and just blanking it, because to me it just does not look right. It's like here as well, I think the wheel looks too thick compared to the others, so it's a continual change. I think they've just done it too thick. It just doesn't look right. You know, if that's where the shadow from the wheel is, I think this is a problem. did do this really before, so it's trying to save it really. Which I don't know if I necessarily can. Yeah, it's that front wheel that's bothering me a lot, so I think I'll do my typical one. I think I'll leave that for now, and maybe on Saturday I'll approach it a bit better, because it just doesn't feel right with all this having such small spokes. Even this one, it's pushing it a touch, but again, it's how it's been drawn, because to me it should follow the natural circle of it. But this is showing it as quite thick, which I don't know from this angle. Guys with the trains, please help me out. You know, you train experts, Alan especially, darling. Would the front one be showing thicker at this angle, or do I need to bring it in? Because if it's supposed to, then that's fair enough, but I think I am gonna bring that as dark black. Unfortunately, there's just not enough room. The wheel, I think, should have started here, really, to give that plate realism. Can you find and view other photos to help understand what is there? So yeah, David, Brian, TikTok, sorry, I'm missing your comments for a minute. So yeah, David, Brian has sent me a photo tonight, and this is the connecting plate between these two front bogies. But unfortunately, even sorting it out, there's just not enough room. So I think the only way I'm going to save this, because I'm not that skilled now at this point to draw it in, this wheel should have started, I would say, around here, right underneath the first panel, rather than more towards the front. But I think there's not a lot I can do now, so I'm thinking of just lining it off, making it very similar either side. But would the front show thicker? Does that plate curve with the wheels? Which plate? Sorry, Richard. This is so TikTok. I'm kind of being advised by train modelers on the YouTube. Plate between wheels, have it square, not full on wheels, and slightly smaller should make it better. So yeah, that's the problem. It's, if I can bring it, I think that's one that I'm going to have a think of off the live, because if I do too much now, maybe it's just as well that there's not enough detail with these wheels. You know, there wasn't a line showing the difference. Maybe that's what's, I don't know, it doesn't feel right to me. Let's look back onto TikTok now. Sorry guys, I've kind of abandoned you there for a minute. So, yes, good evening my dear, good evening Gary. Have we met? Remember I got power over you in here. I'll go over to the YouTube then. Are you a mod on the YouTube, Blue? I can't quite remember. I actually have a feeling I made you a mod. You know, back when I first set this up. just a little feeling. But yeah, so I think off the live I'm going to have a think about this. Because also I think if I'm going to make this thinner, this piece needs to come in a bit. That's also what's doing it, is that needs to come in further to make this. But that's something off the live I think I'd have to do to concentrate. Don't make him a mod. Yeah, if you make each other a mod, you can't... Oh, I've just seen... So those on TikTok, I'm afraid I'm not seeing the actual video because I'm trying to view the comments and streaming on TikTok, but it's showing up gifts. So I do thank you guys for the gifts on TikTok. I really do appreciate it. I'm trying to get a middle ground here because TikTok will not let me multi-stream yet with OBS, which is what I use for YouTube. And it would be handier because I've got a better camera. If you nip onto the YouTube, you can see the difference in the view. But because of that, obviously I haven't seen gifts apart from a bit at the top which has the coins. So I thank you so much for the gifts, guys, and I'm sorry I didn't catch it at the time. I just don't have the view of the phone because it's like away from me, so I do apologise and do thank you guys for the coins and the stickers as well. For some reason it's not told me on the comments, so thank you very much, guys. I do appreciate that as well. So, back on YouTube. All I would say is spokes are opposite to each other and your steps are not in perspective. Look downhill. May I be rude to say? No, of course not, Alan, darling. Please don't, though. I think, like I said, I think the problem with these steps is they should be longer. Brian actually sent me an image tonight of it. And if I look at it now, so if I get it up, this is a problem. I never had like a running one. So what I'm looking at is it's a lot longer, and you can't actually see that because of how I've held it, but this is actually a lot longer, so that second wheel is actually in that like second panel actually now looking at it. The first one's at first, so if we look back at the drawing, the first wheel should actually be about here and the second should be here, but obviously I can't really do a lot. I'm not that skilled yet. Next time I will try it, maybe try and move it. I think I could have made this, if I'd have realised earlier on, possibly make it smaller. But again, because of the indents of the traces, I wouldn't have been able to fix it on this one. So this is why I'm unfortunately, might have to give up with it. Yeah, I might have to give up with it and just make it black on this one. I might consult Stephen and see what he thinks. Because I don't know, that looks like the, you modelers will know, the joining plate and then the steps up there. But that's the actual mechanism with the wheels, isn't it? But I don't think I'm going to get it in, unfortunately. You know, that's just a mistake learned kind of thing, and you know, for next time it will definitely be something that I look at doing. So I'm going to consult Stephen, you know, seeing as it is him that's commissioning me, see what he thinks, what he's happy to do, because at this point obviously I can go a lot darker, so I'm going to consult him on what he's happy to do. And I've got a new subscriber on YouTube just come up, so thank you very much. But yeah, I think unfortunately I'm going to leave that bit for tonight. I've obviously bought these walls a lot better where they should be. I've lost a pencil somewhere. No, I put it here. This stuff needs to come darker. But I'm also hoping, as I build the rest of the image, especially the billowing smoke at the top, because I can, now I've got a bit more graphite on here as well, I can add a bit more texture to this smoke here. You know, and that will help give it the darkness there as well. That's a great thing I like about these blending stumps. And this is the similar process that I am going to do up the top by the funnel. Louise has no power now. Like I said, Gary, I'm not sure if I actually made her a mod when I started with the YouTube. I don't know, because I couldn't go live at points, so she might not be. But at least now you can kind of see the comments on both as well. Could that just be an open cover? So yeah, this is what I've got to debate, Richard. Not Richard, sorry, David. Like I said, I'm half tempted just to black it out in line with this shadowing and then keep this bottom as the lines and whatever I'm going to do there, and then just black that out. But for next time I will know The only problem is, now that I've seen the picture, now that I've looked at it really in depth, it is kind of bothering me that it is out of line. However, there's not a lot I can do on it at this point. You know, I can't restart it. I'm not that good enough, unfortunately, you know, and like I said, I've also got the indents to deal with, which if I'd have done it differently, it wouldn't have been an issue. I did stuff up on there slightly. So, I might, that's a drawing too. Your wall placings look very good. Don't alter them. So yeah, this is a thing, Alan. I think I am just going to leave it where it is. And I want to consult Stephen because at the end of the day, he is the one who's commissioned for me. So whatever he is happy for me to do is what I'm going to look at doing it with. But on that, I think I am going to have to call it a night, unfortunately. Because I imagine Rob is probably starting to get tired up there as well. We did have a... I'm still wide awake, but this might be the natural point for me to call it. I have gone live for about 2 hours anyway. It just usually is a bit earlier. But tonight it's just flying by, and I do appreciate you guys over on TikTok. Until I can multi-stream, I've got to separately stream it, and I need to keep the TikTok active to be able to do that. Front seat as well, very good evening. I might be wrong, but I do not think there is any steps there. It's part of the front bogey truck, leave it. Yeah, that's the thing, Richard, it's part of the bogey truck. But with the reference image, it should be a lot longer. That's why it looks odd, is that's very short, and you know, we see it every day in the railway, which is probably why I've noticed it now that I'm a modeller myself. So that's possibly why I've noticed it more than if I wasn't. So, and Jake over on YouTube, good evening, darling, hope you're all okay. But yeah, I'm going to consult Stephen at the end of the day. I do want what he's happy with. I think that's a small steam pipe between the wheels. So this is a thing. I might be able to create something with it. I think darkening it has made a difference. But it's not good enough. It still looks very odd and out of place to me. Whether I blend it or something, I don't know. But I'm just not happy with it. You know, it could be something I tolerate if Stephen's happy with it. Thanks for stream. I've enjoyed watching. Bye, Grace and all. Alan, the night, darling. Like I said, I need to be fair to Rob. I might do a day stream tomorrow before work. It depends how I feel. Rob's got to finish off his recording for RGJ. Or I've also got to do some drawing for the footage. So... it's going to be carrying on with the wagons. Let's see if I can get this magnet or just do that. So ignore the magnet, I think. Oops. Oh well. I'm not monetizing yet. Oh, you can't see it anyway. But if I try and bring it out. Let's see, so you can see the whole thing. Now I've got it on both, so sorry it's a bit wobbly, guys. So obviously I've still got the carriages to sort, and what I try to tend to do is lives I do the fill in, bringing things back up to the right gradients they should be, and the episodes on YouTube is more the details that I've done, all time lapse, but is all the details. So those on TikTok I do also post on YouTube with regular time lapses of, like when I've done my windows here, that is all time lapse. I post clips on TikTok, but not as such. But yeah, I think I need to call it a night. I do need to work on this as well. Again, it's going off a drawing I've got, so I'm half tempted just to smoke this bit here and just do the bottom of the wheels. And then, like I said, I've got to do more detailing in these carriages to make them realistic. This one started, and the smoke, I can't wait to get started. But I don't want to jump there. I don't want to jump to it before I should, because otherwise that's where, you know, I'm going to skip and leave things. So, Gary, now you're talking. Well, now you're on YouTube, Gary. Feel free to look at the past videos of the process as it's gone along. As I said, the lives at the moment tend to be more making the gradient as it is, you know, to bring it to the right. So, yeah, I'm going to head up for the night. Yes, it looks like a step. Make a small rectangle with straight lines and it will look good. Yeah, I think I just need to do a bit more with shading, possibly make it a bit darker. But yes, I am going to head off now. So TikTok and YouTube, I'm going to leave it there. I always leave it there for a minute or two. But I am going to call it a night. You know, UK's time, it is 11 o'clock at night. I've got a few things to do before bed. And then, like I said, tomorrow I'm probably going to draw, but do it as recordings for the next video. So, Alan, overall it looks great. Thank you. This is what Rob meant when he said, you know, you, especially on YouTube, mostly get to view it very close up, so you see the detail I'm drawing. But overall, as a whole picture, you know, that's not where the focus is going to be once everything is in, if you look at the reference image. So, you know, I don't want to stress about it too much. Stephen's happy with it, and that is what matters. So, TikTok, I'm sorry, Lou, thank you so much for sharing to your friends. And hopefully now you guys are following as well. You will catch when I'm live. I try to go live on Tuesdays. Once a month I don't, because we have a patrons and member stream for our training channel. But I will usually do it on a Monday then. But I will try and keep updated. Migraine this week, so this was a very last minute decision, so I did stream this week. So thank you all. I'm going to call it a night and end it. Thank you so much for the gifts over on TikTok as well. I really do appreciate them, even though I didn't see them come up. So thank you all, and I wish you all good night, and we'll probably post a picture tomorrow for those that have missed it, so they can see where we've got up to. So thank you all, and good night. Now let's do YouTube last. I always leave that till last. So good night all, and thanks for joining me. Good night, Grace. Thank you. Picture is amazing. Wish I could draw. Night, everyone. We need to have a proper catch up at weekend, Snowy darling. Okay, night, guys. I am going now. Night, and thank you.